Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's start our session by reciting Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah. Alright, for today's session, we're going to cover the next chapter, right, which is a part of the previous chapter, the design and effective input. Right, previous chapter we have covered design, effective output. Okay, so before we proceed, I would like to inform that you're going to do your final part of the project. I have uploaded in classroom and also iTa'lim, right? The instruction, right? I will go through very quickly. Okay, actually the final part will be like the compilation of all your part, right? Because if we just give you one project without breaking into the part, you might face difficulties to complete your project. That's why we have break into several part, then we guide you one by one, right? So it will be easier process for you of learning the process for system development, right, and design. Okay, so for this part, what you need to complete is okay, so this is the mark. So please submit iTa'lim in iTa'lim before the date, right, that I have set the date in iTa'lim. Please refer to iTa'lim by 31st July, right? Next 2 weeks you need to complete. Okay, so the first design, right, you need to design the main screen of your project, look like, and input screen, okay, and the form layout. So how to design this? You can use any prototype tools, right? For example, you can use like this tool, right? It's free, like go like this one, like mock in bird, we call mock in bird, right? So you can design the layout of your system. Example, for your mobile phone, you can design, right? Okay. For example, you want to try for free, I click. So you can go to explore this, right? Right? Okay. So this is the, for example, you want to change here, double click here, change here, right? Then you can save or print screen what you have designed. Or you can use others prototype too. There are a lot of open source and some also closed source, right, that you can use. Any tool, right, for develop your prototype, right, that you need to include in the final report.
No coding provided, right?
Sorry?
No coding provided, right?
Yeah, no coding. This one just an interface. You can design. Or if you're good in Photoshop or Adobe, what we call, you can design.
After Effects.
Sorry?
After Effects.
Yeah, After Effects, you can design the layout of each page of your system. So that we call prototype. But to be easy, there is a lot of open source software that help you to design your prototype that you need to include. Okay, any question on this part? There's a lot of tools.
So that website, what do you call that website again? Forgot that website.
This I can post this one. We call Mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Mockingbirds. And you have just in mind. You go for just in mind. There's a lot. Just in mind is so one kind of the prototype. So just in mind prototype tool. This just in mind, and you can design any type of your website. right? But this one, I think you need to do by 7 days because you need to pay. Right? They have download for free. Then for try maybe I'm not sure. For try maybe 14 days or you can try this. But this one is good, better. You can download. For this one, it's like your design on the on the web, right? For this one, you need to download, install, right? And then there's a lot of tools supported. Yeah, and it's a lot more you can explore. So in future, you can use such thing to develop your prototype, right? Okay, clear, right? For
And when was the deadline for the submission for part 4?
submission next 2 week will be 31st of July,
July.
right?
So so we have to give report and also that one, the website.
Yes, the website.
Okay.
Not website. It's like you design, you capture, and you put into design into your report. Then you explain.
Oh, screenshot lah.
Yeah, screenshot. And you make a video, a short video like to explain, like you are presenting the real system. For example, the main page will be this. After you click here, you go to this form. When you enter this form, you get this data, right? But it's not actual working, but that we call prototype. But if you can do the real system, that much better. But I believe you still need to take a lot of course, few more course, in order to you to able to develop the real system. Right? Okay. So finally, report. This report. So this guideline for report, you can go to read in Atalem. The cover, right? What's your group? That is the standard one. Compile your project. So you need to compile your project from part 1 until part 3. A summary, right? This interface, explain your design, screenshot, and I have upload the sample project from previous semester, right? Okay, so this is a video presentation. You can create your video presentation within 3 minutes for your prototype, right? You upload into YouTube and send me the link, or you can include into your report the link, right? For those sample they put into the report, okay? And some others management guideline for you, right? To manage your team, time management, right? I think you know, right? You have working for 1 semester. Okay, any question before we proceed?
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Sir, the marking will be like for the group whole same mark, or it will be individual?
The group will be the same mark. That's
Okay,
why you need to
Same
work.
mark.
Yeah, same mark.
okay, thank
Like
you.
how do you determine which one the same mark? For example, how do you determine? For example, if the report like, so do we need to divide it from that marks? For example.
No, you need to divide the task, right?
Okay.
So when the mark, right? So you need to determine if you have a problem, you need to come back to me. Like if any one of your friend did not do anything, then you need to report to me.
Report to
Then
you and then
he will not get exactly the same, right? But if you have not report, then how can I know,
okay.
right? But please make sure you work in the team. That's the purpose. We do not like you do it alone, or some do not help anything, right? We do not want that. I hope you can learn by working in the team.
Okay, thank you.
Hopefully.
Yeah, yes, that we always hope, right? But it's common to have problem, right? Every semester we have such problem. I hope you can learn during your study, not making a problem during your working in the future, right? That will be much troublesome, right? Okay. Any other question? Oh, someone asking about the rubric of the marking, right? Can we use weeks? What you mean by weeks? The prototype? right? If the prototype tool, yeah, you can use any others. Right? I just give you an example. You can use others prototype tool. Right? It's open. Right? It's open for your creativities. It's open for you to explore. There's a lot more, right, for you to explore. Okay, good, right? Okay. Next, we're going to cover very quickly for the next chapter, just to design the input, right? Previously, output, right? It will be similar to, not quite similar to the outputs, right? Okay, this is what we're going to cover. Design functional input, design engaging input, design useful input for website, useful input page, right? Okay, this is the major topic that we're going to cover. Input design, form design. I think you have learned this, right? You have developed this. Display design, GUI design, right? GUI control, web design, guideline, right? This is common. Okay, for the form, okay, the first one, make form easy to fill in, right? So do not put a form in too much, right? Like they need to take like 20-30 minutes to complete your form, right? No, I think it should be like maximum 5 to 10 minutes for them to spend, but 5 is just good, right? So try to maximize the question that you want to make, right? Do not ask the unrelated question that you are not using. Okay, ensure that the form meet the purpose of design, right? So the form should be answer the question that you want. What data you want, right? It's not like asking anything. Okay, some ask a question. Yeah. So the video we have to show only our prototype or whole project. Right? Only your prototype. Yeah, your prototype. Right? Someone asking. Prototype is your whole project. Right? The report is okay. I can read. No need to present the report. Just present the prototype. Or you can make a slide to present from the beginning. What if your project purpose, objective? Then you can go to prototype. Right? Right? How, for example, you make presentation like you want to sell your product, your software, right? You need to assume that will be a good presentation. Okay, something like you propose some company to buy your project. That how you present. Okay. Okay, next, form flow of the form, right? From the first until the end. It's not like asking the same question, right? Form caption, right? For example, you need to identify this form for what? Name, last name, clearly, right? Take for tick, you can use ticks, right? This is the caption. Please caption clearly what is that section. So do not make a user confused to fill in. So when they're confused, they might like just leave, right? For example, we have faced some survey. There's a lot of question. Then we just left the survey, right? So you will lose your response. Okay, so the display, keep display simple, right? Simple as you can, right? Simple as you can. Keep display presentation consistent. It's not like the first page is green, second is yellow, next is blue. No, right? People will be like, what is this, right? Okay, and you need to use some icon, of course. Icon will be like the short description for the word, right? We have used, for example, this one, enlarge, minimize. This for play, you put the icon for play, right? Icon for shopping cart, right? Or any others icon that can help your system, right? To reduce the word, right? Because this day people are prefer in the image, not to read, right? So if you can include as much as good icon to represent your system, right, that will be better. Okay. Any question so far? Right, it's simple, right? You have go through this. Yeah, you have go through this. Okay. Next, GUI, graphic user interface. Right. You need text box. Right. Some of your system you might need a text box, checkbox, radio button, list drop down, side spin button, image map, text area, message box. Right. For example, this, right, your system. Right. Okay, you need to display this. Okay, but do not put like everything on the one page. Right, it will be messy. Right, try to group up. Right, group up. For example, this section only this data. If they want to proceed to others, go to link them to another page. Okay. Next, HTML5, right? This is the latest HTML5, right? In the future, if you take web technology, you're going to discover this a lot, this technology. Like text box, right? Before you fill in, they have like default value, right? It display in the light color. This day, most of people are using HTML5. Okay. For example, when your cursor highlight to some part, that part will be changed. There is a HTML5. That is web technology to interact. So some part that you have clicked, it will change the color, to represent that this you have clicked. Okay, this part you have read. Others, it will not change the color, and so on. It's a lot more. When you take web technology course, you will learn that. Okay, next, list down, drop down, right? List down, drop down, right? For example, some data, some common data do not ask user to fill in, like gender, right? You have only 2 gender, then you create a drop down, right? So if you ask user to fill in, they might wrongly fill up. Okay, category. So what is a common sense? Make it drop down, right, to be easy for a user, right? Because we like and drop down rather than just type. Okay, people, right? That's common. Okay, any question? Any question? Any question? First,
No, sir.
no, right, right. Okay, good. No, right. Okay, I believe so. Right, because this is just a very simple chapter, and next we have one last chapter, right? Okay, so you can focus on your project, right? Okay, next is a tab control dialog box, right? So like if you can design the tab, right, it will be minimized of the redirect to other page. Something that you can put a tab and you make a tab. Okay, and in the tab you have like OK button, cancel button, confirm button. It's not like when you click, then it will go directly. Do not ask user for the permission, right? So dialog box is like interact with user. Are you okay? Yes. You want to proceed? No. If you want to cancel, you want to go back. It's like always asking them, not like they click and bring them to somewhere else they do not agree to go to. Right? That will not be a good system. Okay, and message box also like to inform the user we are loading now. We are loading. It's like we are redirect you to somewhere else, right? Because some system we click, then it's like no any message. Like we don't know what is the status of the system, right? People might just leave your system, right? That's why we see the loading part, error part. You want to delete? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. You want to install an application, you want to install, you want to proceed, next, you want to change the location, always ask user, right? So that will make us comfortable and satisfied. Right? It's like the more option we have, right, they will be more satisfied to the user. Okay, that's a common design, common sense of the system design. Okay. All right. Next, dynamic web page. All right, we have learned dynamic web page that change themselves as a result of, for example, why we love Facebook a lot, because in each of user page, you will have like different contents, right? It depends on you. You the one who follow, you the one who click, right? You the one who choose the frame, right? So in each of everyone, you have individual profile. Not all like everyone have the same contents, right? That will be not a good, like a boring system. Even YouTube, right? So if you log in your account, you will have a list of your interested video that you have watched or you interested to watch. Like again, like man or female, the young, the old age, they will capture all those information and select the most relevant video to display for you, right? Okay, so in the future, I see a lot of in the future like advertisement. If you go, they will detect you, and the advertisement will be based on you. Same to Facebook, right? Advertisement will come based on the user profile. They not just advertise everything like TV. They just advertise everything to everyone, right? That will not a good and effective design. So this dynamic web page is such kind, that is dynamically changing based on user profile. Okay, so system going toward that design. All right, and lastly, the e-commerce application, right? Customer need to feel confident again, like I have presented in previous chapter, like Lazada, right? Some item we order from China, right? It might take like 1 or 2 weeks. Some item need to take for a month. Like if you order from AliExpress, I have tried AliExpress. Some item need to take for 2 months, but it chips, right? But we are willing to pay because we can trace the status of the of the of the of the carriers, right? Of the thing that now they have dispatched to the carrier. Carrier have passed to the border have passed to the airport. Airport has arrived in Malaysia. You can trace, okay, right? So that make you confident. Okay, so in your application, you need to include that. Right? Even Post Laju, DHL, they have that kind of the tracking system. Shopee, Lazada, right? They have those kind, and you can have a review. Right? Review. You can rate the products. Right? That kind of thing that make user satisfied to be used and confident. Again, privacy also privacy also very important, that when you pay through your credit card, right, make sure your credit card is not passed to someone else, right? That also another issue, right? That is more on the security part. But for the common e-commerce application, that's the part how we can make user confident to be used, right? We have nice, if you have a very good application, nice display design, but people are not confident to be used, right? Then people will not going to use your application, right? Okay, so lastly, right, that we have covered, right? Just a form design is a common, right? Similar to previous chapter, right? But we are focused on the input design. Okay. Any question? Any question for the chapter or for the project? Any question? I will just stop the record because my drive is full.
So for the report,